Hi, welcome to my September wrap-up. Filming in a different location, so we'll see how that works. There's a window there, so hopefully the light will be good. This part's boring. Anyway, so the first book I read in September was The Slippery Slope by Lemony Snicket. This is book 10 in the series of Unfortunate Events series. I'm slowly making my way through this series. I've been trying for many years, but I just finished number 10, so that's close. That's only 3 books left. And this book was as funny as always, and I just find the humor so amazing, and he's such a goofy guy, the writer, like, and again, so close to the end, and also they're so fast-paced, you can just get through them really quick. Also, I read this online. I don't really usually like reading things online, but the library didn't have, this is a funny story. The library has every book in that series except for number 10. What is that? So finally, I resorted to going online to read it, which was fine. I just really like holding the book in my hand. I don't really like reading it online, like I just said, but I did it anyway because I had to. Of course, there are books online that the library doesn't have, so I may have to resort to that again. I know, what a life, right? Anyway, so the second book I read was Mother Earth, Father Sky by Sue Harrison. This is historical, so that was a plus. Also, it's set in a time period that I don't really read about a lot, which is the Ice Age. Like, I don't think that's very popular as a setting, maybe? I don't know. But I found that part interesting, I guess. Other than that, it was okay. It was kind of boring at times. This was a reread, actually, so maybe I liked it better the first time. I don't know why I wanted to reread it, since it wasn't really that rereadable. And it was kind of slow and slow going, but anyway, this one. Next book I read was, well, it was more like a, well, I guess the book, but it was a screenplay for West Side Story. Has a hair on it. It was a screenplay for West Side Story by Ernest Lehman? This is the screenplay, I just said that. I wanted to read this. I couldn't believe the library had a screenplay, actually, but I wanted to read this because I like the movie, West Side Story. This is a play as well. Who it's by, I'm not really sure. I think it's Arthur Lawrence, but I like to read that as well if I could ever get my hands on that. It's basically, this is just like reading the movie, because it's like, it's just a script basically. Just everything they said in the movie is in here. The only part that's different is like when they're describing what the actors are going to do. So yeah, lots of description in here for that, which I think made it kind of slow read, but it was good. I like the movie, so I guess I like the screenplay. And also in here they had like this little pamphlet at the back that was said original lobby brochure, and it had just like a bunch of pictures and stuff about the origins and all about the actors, and more pictures, yeah, that part was cool. Pictures are fun, aren't they? The next book I read was the Annotated Alice, edited by Martin Gardner. This is the one from 1960s. The last month I read the one from 1990s, which just had like the new annotations. This one here has the, well, the old annotations, I guess. So it's basically, I like the book the same as I did last time, just more like, more about it in this one. So yeah, it's good. Cool facts in there. The next book I read was Mary Poppins by P.L. Travers. I like the movie again, so I wanted to read the book. This is quite different than the movie. I think I like the movie better. There are like cute illustrations in here. Let me just show you. This is some dogs right there. This is them climbing up and putting like stars in the sky. That was pretty funny. This book is very imaginative and what's funny is that the chapters are like basically just like short stories because they're not really connected at all, really. That was interesting. My favorite part in this is when they jump into chalk pictures, and which is in the movie. But the part that I like in the movie is the rooftop dancing, which is not in here. I know, what a rip, right? So yeah, it's quite different. They have lots of different like things that happen to the kids in here that don't happen in the movie, which is common enough because they always change those things. The next book I read was My Point, and I Do Have One by DeGeneres, the comedian. This is a reread. I think it's so funny that I decided to read it again. It's been a while anyway. But super duper funny, and there's like illustrations for each chapter. Here, I'll show you some. Here's one here where she like goes and sees a psychic. So it's a picture of the psychic. Cute little illustration, and then underneath it says, "You have a brother or a sister, or you are an only child." What a hoot. This is her first book. I want to reread the second one too, so I'm going to get that at some point. And then the third one I own, so I don't know if I'm going to reread that one. Maybe I will, just to like round them out. There's only 3 of her books though. She needs to write another one. Yeah, hint hint. Oh look, a change of scenery. Yes, I'm back to my old filming location. Might be a bit dark, but hey, it's October now, since I'm really late filming the rest of this wrap up. So the lighting fits in with the spookiness of the month we're gonna go with. Next book I read in September was The Secret Garden by, well, it's by Frances Hodgson Burnett, but this one here is an abridged version by Martha Haley, illustrated by Lucy Corbino. Reading it like years and years ago, I got it, and I mean, I like the movie from 1949, so I was like, I should read that. That movie was really good, but it's very like quick. It was very short, so that was good. It was alright. I think I like the movie better. Also, I don't know how much of this was abridged, so I don't know what the difference is between like the real book and this one, but I think that reading this one was enough. I don't really care to read the other one. I guess this was like told enough of the story that I got it. Next book I read was another book in the series Unfortunate Events series. This was The Grim Grotto, which is number 11, book the 11th, by Lemony Snicket. I'm slowly making my way through the series. That means I only have 12 and 13 left, so that's only 2 to go. And anyways, it was funny as usual. Next book I read was The Annotated Mother Goose, by William S. Baring-Gould and Seal Baring-Gould. This is just like the nursery rhymes, but talking about, you know, how they're written and what they mean and all that, so I had cool facts in here. It had lots of rhymes I've never even heard of, but when I found one that I had heard of, that was even better because I could find out more about it, that the ones I liked. I also finished a series this month. I finished the Hemlock series by Kathleen Peacock. So that's Hemlock, Thornhill, and the other one is called Willowgrove, but I don't have with me because I read it online. You know, it's funny, the library had 2 in the series, but not the last one. Like, why would you do that? How are you supposed to finish a series without it? Anyway, I found it online. So, I mean, it was an alright series. It had to do with werewolves, so that's why I was interested in, you know, that fantasy type. I like that. Sometimes, I don't know, I think I've grown out of it maybe, but I decided I wanted to finish the series. It was alright. Next book I read was 5 Women by Rona Jaffe. I chose this because I wanted to read more about female friendships. I have quite a few books that are about female friendships that I'm going to read in the next few months. years perhaps, depending how fast I can get through them. This book had many point of views, which I find like confusing and unnecessary. I prefer just one, two if you have to. And also it was quite long, and it was just kind of blah, like just a lot of like not very interesting to me. Next book I read was Ginger, My Story by Ginger Rogers. I want to read her autobiography because I like her dancing movies and movies in general. Also, I like autobiographies. I have quite a few autobiographies on my list to read as well, hers being one of them. So it was fun, it was interesting. They have like photos in here of, you know, what she's talking about and what she's writing and all that. Black and white, but oh well. I guess it's appropriate given the time period. And the last book I read was Anthem by Ayn Rand. I bought this at a used bookstore like back in February, and I finally got to it. I think that, well, I didn't really know anything about it when I got it, so I just kind of grabbed it. But I think that it's a very interesting concept, the concept of, like, finding out that he had, like, the freedom to live the way he wanted to live, that kind of thing, instead of being, like, they tell you what job you have to do, and that kind of stuff. It was, you know, fairly short, I guess. Actually, yeah, it was quite short. I think it was, like, less than 100 pages. So that was good. Also, it had, like, cool little tidbits at the end. Like, it has her, like, her draft where she, like, marked up for the part where the parts that she wanted to take out of the story. It has that. What else did it have? It has, like, her talking about, her, like, philosophy of, and her objective, it talks about her objectivism, which is kind of what the theme of the story is. So yeah, pretty good. Those are all the books I read in September. It was like a very, very good reading month. I've never read that much in my life, I don't think. So anyway, I'll see you next month.